College can be a major expense for a lot of families, and any additional financial assistance can go a really long way. Luckily, the College Board is offering some scholarships that you might be able to take advantage of, and I got a chance to speak with Lacey Allen to learn more.
Well, the College Board Opportunity Scholarship Program helps students by providing a virtual college planning guide. This program lays out 6 simple college planning steps that all students need to take to go to college. And as students complete these steps, they earn chances at scholarships that range from $500 to $2,000. These are steps like working on their college list to completing the FAFSA, that really important financial aid form. And in this period of uncertainty, many students may wait longer than normal to complete the FAFSA. And so, starting this month, the Complete the FAFSA step is open. And so, when seniors complete the FAFSA, they're actually eligible for a $1,000 scholarship. And we just really hope that this will encourage students to complete the FAFSA early and ensure that they qualify for as much financial aid as they're as eligible, no matter what they decide to do.
Now, speaking of eligibility, who is eligible for those scholarships?
Well, the program is open to all students in the class of 2021 who attend high school in the US, Puerto Rico, and other US territories. And all students can earn one of these scholarships, and there's no test score or GPA requirement, there's no essays or application, and there's no family income or citizenship requirement. Even students who aren't in or who are ineligible to complete the FAFSA can still earn the scholarship. And so far this year, 400,000 students in the class of 2021 have joined the program, and we've awarded nearly $2 million in scholarships to students in the class of 2021 this year.
So, can you tell us the scholarship program is designed to focus on 6 steps? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, we heard from students and families across the country that they were confused and overwhelmed with the college application process. They wanted a simple guide or roadmap that shared what to do and when to do it. And so this program is designed to clarify the path to college and encourage all students to stay on it. And regarding the Complete the FAFSA step, we understand that many students may face misinformation and barriers when it comes to completing the FAFSA, and we hope a financial incentive motivates students to get started on this step early.
Absolutely. Now, are there any important dates or deadlines that are coming up?
Yes, the Complete the FAFSA step is now open, and so seniors should complete that step as soon as possible to earn a chance at a $1,000 scholarship. And the program will open for students in the class of 2022 this upcoming December. So juniors, get ready to join the program and get started taking those college planning steps.
Definitely a lot of exciting information coming out of there. Can you tell our viewers where they can go to get more?
Absolutely. For more information, visit the College Board Opportunity Scholarships website at cb.org/opportunity to join the program and to learn more about Wyatt, a free FAFSA assistant chatbot that can help answer students' questions about the FAFSA via texting.